City of Demons contains potentially triggering content, including car accidents, death, harsh language, violence, and weapons. Please listen with discretion.
Greetings, programs. In our last episode, Gwen, Brett, and Flo entered the Reclamation Derby, hoping to defeat Devil and obtain level 3 access from his identity disc. However, their vehicle, the Black on Black, was destroyed in the competition, and now they have been removed from the contest. This is City of Demons. Episode 10. Exception Handling.
Fuck, now what?
Well, I guess that means more than half the damage to the vehicle was done, right?
Yes.
Well, can you put it back together?
I mean, yeah, I can put it back together if we can if we can hamster ball over there, if that's even how this works.
No, you're in bubbles now. You're slowly kind of like floating to the top of the arena.
They suck us off to the safe
withdrawn.
zone or whatever?
Yeah.
Fuck it, I'm going to pop the bubble. I'm getting out of here. I'm doing this.
Okay, so go ahead and make a tech roll. You can try to use the wrench to get out of the bubble.
17.
So you take the wrench and you put it onto the bubble. And it manages to kind of dissolve from around you. You drop about 10 feet from up in the air, but you land 3-point stance on the ground. Now, you land and you kind of fall to the ground, but you're okay. You don't take any damage from it. And you also look down and notice that your wristband, whereas it was green before, had just like a solid green light, it's glowing red on it now. Or
okay.
pulsing red, I should say.
Okay, that's not going to work again. I'm not safe. I'm definitely not safe.
Yeah, you're standing on a demolition derby track.
Yeah, but I'm going to run over to that car, and I'm going to get those bits together, and I'm going to put that fucking car back together, and I don't know what my friends are going to do, but...
Watch as we're floating away.
Yeah.
We'll see. Maybe if it gets back together, who knows what the rules are. I don't understand. We'll see.
That's my hope is this still works for some reason.
You see Flo is just kind of like pressed up against the bubble, and she looks very concerned.
Just to test it, not to actually do anything, but just to test it. What happens if I use my identity disc to try to cut into the bubble? Like, do I get the feeling that there's like that it's so protective that I'm fine, or that I could break out of it if I wanted to? I just want to test it.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is designed to protect you.
Yeah.
You could possibly take the band off of your wrist and destroy that. I don't think they would anticipate anyone trying to escape the protective bubble once they're in it.
It's like oh, the airbag is inflating. Let me pop that really quick before it expands all the way to protect me.
All right. Well, while you're thinking about that,
yeah, I'll think about that as I'm drifting away.
you run over, and you activate your bit reclamation function. You absorb all those bits that are off of the Black on Black, and you're looking around and you're seeing several vehicles. The number has been cut down significantly.
Sure.
There's probably only about 20% of the vehicles remaining, probably only about 6 or 7 at this point, including yourselves and Devil. But the remaining vehicles, having seen the Black on Black be blown apart and all those valuable bits come off of it, are all now racing towards you. So you are under the gun, so to speak, to try to get this thing back together.
Yep. But I'm ready to go if the time is now.
Sure. Go for it.
Okay, I rolled 28 to repair the car.
So you are frantically trying to put this thing back together. And this is certainly a challenge.
Come on, restore factory defaults.
Yeah, reboots. The rest of the vehicles are just, converging down upon you. Fortunately, they're kind of distracted with each other, taking shots at each other because they all want this very valuable payday that is sitting here in the center of the arena floor. And so you're down here, you're working with a wrench, and one wheel pops out, and then another one. And then the body kind of starts to unfold, and gradually the places that have been blown apart start to reappear. And then finally you hear that roar of the engine come back.
Fuck,
and
yes.
Just as the other cars are about to be on top of you, you complete the repairs and you jump back into the driver's seat and you peel out.
All right.
And you're off to the races again.
Are we back at 100%? Are we back at limited health?
So you were able to collect all the bits because you were sitting there working on it while you were doing that. So you were able to get it back to
was it 40? 48 points before.
So you're back to 50 now because you were able to use also what you had.
Outstanding. Okay, well, I'm obviously I got my eyes on the bubbles while I'm also trying to make sure I don't run into anybody and I run away from everybody else.
Sure.
What's happened to my friends?
Brett, do you know what you want to do?
Well, because if I figure by now, if I cut my wristband loose, I would just fall to my demise. Because unless it's super slow, how high up am I at this point?
You're probably about 30 feet up in the air. It's a slow moving bubble.
Okay. If Gwen if she starts to drive towards she'll be under me, guess I'll try cutting the wristband off and see if that does anything.
Okay.
24.
You pop the bubble and you drop back down just as Gwen is driving underneath you, and then all of a sudden the crowd just goes wild. They've never seen anything like this before.
Meanwhile, I get the wind knocked out. You're like,
Are you okay?
No! I can't even breathe.
Yeah, so Brett just kind of lands behind you, in the seat behind you. And it's saying your wristband is gone, destroyed, and Gwen, your wristband is flashing red.
Oh, no.
And then Flo is kind of just still floating away.
Yeah. Okay. And is there a specific point that it appears that she's headed towards?
Yeah, there's a hole up in the ceiling that she's kind of floating towards.
And
all right.
Correct me if I'm wrong here, but our grav shift is not enabled because we have to be at a procedural station in order to enable.
Right. We
that,
have to
right?
we know how to do it, but we haven't programmed it. So I thought about that.
You see, one of the glowing orbs has what appears to be a target on it, and you feel like that might allow you to do a procedural shift while you're out here on the Coliseum floor.
Shit. Cool. Well,
When you're ready, I guess I'll tag you out.
Yeah, I'm driving. I'm like, Brett, you're a better driver than I am. I'm gonna get somewhere where I feel like I could brake and we can swap real quick without anybody ramming into us or something.
Well, just take your foot off the gas and we'll just switch out. We don't have to brake.
Okay. Then we do. But then I'm over his shoulder and I'm like, Brett, I think that thing can get us a procedural shift, and then we could grav shift and get flow.
Okay. I really quick I get into the driver's seat before I make those changes and turn it off in that direction. I'm gonna hand her my rifle, and I know you don't really have great marksman, but it's the best weapon I have. So
sure.
Let's get lucky.
It could explode in my face. There's a chance.
No, it won't explode in your face, but just if someone gets close enough and if it's easy enough,
Sure.
you can hit them.
We also got 2 grenades, but I don't have it. Doesn't do me any better, but yeah.
So at this point too, you notice that all the other cars, they've kind of stopped. They're not really sure what to do at this point. Everyone kind of saw what happened, and they're like, do we keep going, or what's happening here? So I think they're kind of...
We keep going.
Yeah.
Like, so...
Okay.
Okay, so let me roll and see how good of a piloting I can do. To try and, I guess, do I have to hit a ramp or whatever to hit that?
No, you just
power up?
drive through it.
Oh, just drive through. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna say you have no problem just driving into this bubble of light.
Procedural shift activated.
And yeah, you now have the opportunity to procedurally shift one function.
Okay, I'm going to shift my encapsulation. Trade that out for the gravity shift.
Okay.
I'm gonna switch out my encapsulation. I'm tempted to go with sleep just in case. I'm gonna do sleep. Fuck it. I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
That's my instinct.
All right. So at this point, the other racers are like, "All right, I guess we're continuing on to do this." So they peel out again and start to drive, and a couple of them start to come after you.
Yeah. And if you, Gwen, can you do the thing with the car, please?
You mean shoot things or what?
No. Make us. We can drive up the wall.
Yeah, you tell me like when we're about to do it, and I will shift our gravity.
I am aiming at the wall.
Here we go.
All right. You start to drive up the wall, and you grab shift kind of when you get to the point where...
Oh, this feels weird.
And yeah, suddenly you're driving on the ceiling again.
Because
so
does it feel like if you cross railroad tracks too fast, what? Yeah, like anyway. Then we're going.
No, it's like the gravitron.
Yeah, where we're going. I'm aiming for Flo to try and because she's about to get sucked up into the top. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like if she's getting pulled upward. If we're now up on the ceiling, I want to try and get close to her so she will fall onto us. Air quotes.
Question.
If we're upside down.
If I get out with my bungee cord, is my gravity separate from the car's gravity? Like, do I fall down?
No, it's a localized field around
Okay.
you.
Okay. Since we've got a little bit of time here, I'm going to install the I forget what it's called, but the thing the light cycles
The
do.
laser beam?
Where they leave the trail.
Yeah.
Snake
the
trail.
light beam.
Light beam. Yes, I'm going to install the light beam while we're driving. And if anybody's in pursuit of us, I will hazard to fire at them.
All right. Well, it's going to take all your focus to install that light trail module.
Okay.
So you're doing that while, Brett, you're driving towards Flo. And so
Yeah.
Flo is just kind of watching you all like amazed, like, what the hell is happening?
From her perspective, it's like Brett just disappears downward, lands in the car, they switch, and it just does a complete like a straight path, like
She's
up
just
the
like,
wall right back at them.
holy user powers. All right. So you are zooming towards Flo, who is in the bubble and is almost reaching the little escape pole at the top.
Yeah.
So you get the beam module installed onto it. So what is your plan to get Flo out of the bubble?
If I can, I don't want to say park, but I definitely want to get under, because if she's coming up and we're upside down, if we can just get it so she will pump right, like just land on our car, and then Gwen disabled the bubble with the tool. Could you try disabling her bubble from the outside?
I think I absolutely could. And if we need to buy ourselves a little bit more time, we could potentially shift the gravity on the car so we're like falling towards
Let's not
Flo
get
to
that
intercept
complicated.
her.
Let's not get that complicated.
Sure.
I don't want to. Like now we're falling again, and just that'll make things easier. Like if we're falling again.
As long as she doesn't like get out of the game and we can get back to full power, then yeah, like whatever it takes.
If need be, I'll park at a full stop
Sure.
for her to land, so she could basically be resting right on.
Yeah, if that works, great.
Yeah, and then you just boop.
Okay. So you pull under the bubble and you kind of slow down, not to a complete stop, but you're
Right.
just kind of inching along and you're
Catch her,
looking up
yeah.
and Flo's like looking down at you and you're gradually getting closer and none of the other cars are driving on the ceiling. at this point, but a couple of them are sort of like beginning to take shots at you. It's a pretty good distance though, so they're having trouble hitting you, but I'm going to be rolling for them taking shots at you while you're doing this stuff. So you want to try to use the wrench to remove the bubble around Flo. Is that what you said? Okay.
17.
All right. Do you dissolve the bubble? Flo just kind of falls.
Can I catch her?
Oh, sure. Of course.
I climb out of the driver's seat and scramble into the back, very much keeping my eyes in the car because if I look up at the ground, I will freak out. So, be like, Flo, please get back in the driver's seat. we need you really bad right now.
You all are crazy.
No, we're desperate.
All right, she jumps back into the driver's seat. All right, what are we doing?
Winning the game.
I'm going to attempt to see if I can reactivate my bracelet and make it green again. So if we, obviously we're not going to get this lucky twice, but it would be good if we survived. So I'm going to see if there's anything I can do to fix mine, and maybe I can fix all of ours.
Well, mine's cut in half. Yeah.
Oh, maybe we get some bits. I fix it.
We'll see. I'm not holding out hope.
Mountain
on
of
that.
dice. Remember?
Yeah. Yeah. So if she's driving, I'm gonna make sure I'm buckled in, and I'll take my rifle back and get ready. And I say, just keep us away from Devil as long as you can.
So she's just kind of driving around up on the ceiling right now, and the other cars are down below and continue to kind of blow each other apart. So it seems like they're largely ignoring you at the moment, and probably because none of the other ones have a grav shift.
Once Gwen is settled, I guess I'll be like, Gwen, do you think if we go down there and scoop up more bits, can you put can you max our health, increase our max health?
Yeah, I can do that.
Okay, so then I'll be like, Flo, can you just get us down there so we can scoop up some more bits as much as we can?
So she goes and drives down the wall, and you disable the grav shift function, and she's back on the floor again, so to speak. And she's driving along, and there are only 3 vehicles remaining now. So there's Devil, there's yourself, and there's one of the tanks that is still functioning a little bit. And it is lining up to take a shot at Devil. It connects, does 17 points of damage to Devil's Recognizer.
Put my hand out to Gwen and say, grenade me!
Toss a grenade over Halen.
Don't toss it! Just hand it to me!
It's fine, it's not armed.
But a whole spray of bits falls off of Devil's Recognizer, but you realize you'd had to get close to suck it up.
I'm spending 1 character point to throw this grenade.
And who are you throwing it towards?
The tank.
Okay.
26.
Yep, that's a hit. Roll damage.
20.
That is a solid enough blast. The tank has already taken enough damage that the driver is sort of bubbled and pops out of the canopy of the tank.
2 vitals remaining.
Curse you, Technodrome!
Is the tank completely dissolved, or is there parts left?
There's still parts left.
I mean, granted, all eyes are going to be on us, but I suppose if there seems like there's an opportunity to get armor plating sourced off of that, or a gun off of that.
Yeah, while we're pulling, as we pull up, and I guess we'll slow a little bit to make sure Gwen scoops up the bits. I want to try shooting my rifle at it again and make sure I keep track of how many times I'm shooting.
All right. So you go up and you're working on it, and you scoop up about 2 kilobits.
To shoot it, I got 23.
All right, that's a hit. Roll your damage.
27.
Blast off another good chunk, enough to give you about 2.7 kilobits.
Oh, shit.
Or, I'm sorry, 2.5 kilobits.
Well, we have 4,500 bits to work with now.
Put all of it into armor.
If I can. We also need to be concerned about how exactly we're gonna get to him unless you just want to keep shooting and shooting and shooting. If you think that'll be fine, and we just gotta stay fast and armored, then great. But
we'll worry about that when the time comes, because it's right now it's down to just the two of us anyway. So he's probably gonna come to us.
Yeah.
You do notice that the gun on the tank is still whole.
Shit. All right. I'm really worried about Devil. Like, there's nowhere else for his attention to be. How fast do I think I could get to that? Because it took me a second to get that out of the.
You would definitely be exposed, but it's possible that you could have them drop you off and drive around for a bit, distract Devil while you cut this thing off.
Was I able to reactivate my bubble?
No, you weren't.
Okay.
Okay. Wild idea, but is cutting that turret off the tank, does that require your tech thing, or do it just requires an identity disc just to cut through it?
You don't need a tech roll to cut it off, but to reattach it, you would.
Okay, well then, Gwen, how about I cut the thing off the tank, you stay with Flo, drive around, so if Flo does get shot, you can repair while still driving, then come back and pick me up, and I'll just have this thing cut off.
I'm still worried about him coming to get those bits, though.
We just got all the bits. We just picked them up.
Yeah, except if he blew up if he blew up the rest of the tank, then that's where you're going to be.
Is he going to come after the bits, or is he going to come after the car?
That's a fair question. Fine. You know what? Let's do it.
So I'll hop out, take my identity disc, and start cutting in, trying to get that turret off the thing.
You do that.
Give him a good chase.
Flo kind of like peels off and is driving in the opposite direction, attempting to lure Devil into following her. However, Devil doesn't do that. Devil continues coming towards you, Brett.
Okay. Is he just? Well, I'm gonna keep cutting, but do I get this? Like, is he gonna aim his weapons down? Like he's gonna blow this thing up and try and, or is he just trying to come scoop up spare stuff that's lying around?
Well, you look up and you see Devil is like sort of like flying over you, and you see where the tires are, where the legs would normally be. They kind of like merge to the center. And if you remember from the movies, like when the recognizers do that thing where they like stomp.
So he's gonna thwomp
That appears to be what he's doing.
Well, then there was no point anyway, so I'm gonna jump off of the top of the wreckage of this thing or whatever, and when he thwomps, I'll try and shoot him with my rifle.
What's the scale difference between the recognizer and our and the black on black?
Pretty big, I'd imagine.
Yeah,
The
I think so.
recognizer's pretty large. Yeah.
Riddle me this: if we gravity shifted, could we drive up the side of the recognizer?
Oh yeah.
Look at this piece of shit roll.
That's very bad.
No, it's not a 1 on the wild die.
No.
But it's a 4, and then 1.
Gosh.
So that's 8. But if he thwomps and I'm standing there with the rifle, I'm
We're
hoping
gonna get derezzed.
I hope. What do you mean derez? I'm hoping that I'm close enough where 8 lands.
Oh, so you're out from under the thwomp.
Yes,
radius.
I'm not gonna stand there while he thwomps me. I jumped off the thing. I jump off.
It's a big surface area. I didn't know if you were,
You kind of like jump off and you are falling back and you're aiming your rifle, and all of a sudden a voice
360 no scope.
A voice comes out of the recognizer, and it says,
"Your bubble's broken. What are you doing?"
Your face is broken, and I shoot.
Oh.
And I just shoot.
Brilliant actor, not good improviser.
It's like, because I'm like, I don't care what he says. I'm just buying time to shoot, and I'm just shooting.
Well,
him.
you could have said, "I'm here to chew bubblegum and kick ass," and I'm all out of bubblegum.
I'm all out of bubbles. Right now, it's not important to be eloquent. Right now, it's just let him.
An action star always has a
No.
catchphrase ready.
No, see, Gwen doesn't realize Brett's playing dumb, so he can surprise them later.
Oh.
Then he just says whatever, and he just tries shooting him from his thing. He doesn't engage with the conversation. Gwen, we're gonna have company.
all right, well, Devil comes and smashes the tank and breaks it into all the separate bits, and they just like filter up into the recognizer.
Sure.
And the voice comes back and just says,
We're done here.
kind of starts to leave and like fly towards the edge of the Coliseum. And it's clear that Devil is not wanting to engage with you anymore.
And then I just yell after him, does this mean you surrender? Do you forfeit? I mean, did my 8 do anything? Did I even get a chance to pop a shot off?
Yeah, you kind of like stumbled back and it just wasn't.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't
That's fine.
enough to
That's
hit.
fine. Just want to be clear.
Yeah. So yeah, he's flying away from you. The crowd's just like kind of quiet. Yeah, you know, again, they've never seen this before, where you were bubbled, you purposefully cut yourself out of it, and then jumped back into the action again. And now Devil, the champion, is kind of just like walking away from this.
Well, I mean, he's a good sport. He's not gonna like, you know.
Are you sure about that? He's being kind of a. I mean, like we're here to fight.
He's not here to kill anyone. He's here to win the game.
I think he's got too much to lose.
What are you talking about? It's like he knows I've been debubbled. He knows that if he does anything to me, it's literally in cold blood. So I
think we freak him out, and he doesn't know what we're gonna do, and he doesn't like that.
Yeah, I'll stick my thumb out. For
and do you bite your thumb, sir?
No, I stick my thumb out like as the hitchhike for Flo and Gwen.
Yeah, Flo kind of like pulls up and stops beside you.
Yeah, I'll say, do you know what is he doing? And then I hop in and ask like what if they have any idea what he's up to. If he's flying away? He wasn't flying at them, right?
Maybe he doesn't want to engage with us now that our protective devices aren't working.
And I look at Gwen. I'm like, or it's his final form. Is he gonna do his final form?
I don't know. I don't know if he's gonna turn into some kind of
Final smash.
big robot thing. But
how's the armoring going?
Let's find out. I did have some time to muck about with that. So let me roll for. Is that it? Yeah. Let me roll to repair, or is it repair or tech to get this thing going, or does it just happen because I have? Oh wait, no, I am. It's tech, right? Because it's.
Yeah, tech is what we were doing because you're kind of like
Yeah,
hacking the program.
Well, I rolled a 1 on the wild, but
Everything else is good.
it looks decent otherwise. 27.
All right, so you apply all the armor, but only to the driver's side. So you just have a big, massive armor plating on the driver's side.
Okay. Well, we'll have to be very clever about how we get injured.
Driving circles around him. He's slow.
Well, at this point, Devil has reached the end of the arena, and the bubble wall kind of like clears, and he leaves. And so you're kind of out here on the arena floor by yourselves now.
Combatant Devil forfeits. Combatant Black on Black wins.
I get out and I like sit on the roof and like I gesture like
Yeah,
indignantly.
I put my
like,
hands
to,
up
to
like
the crowd,
like
like what, you know, like we like both is like as though we are the champions, and also like, you know, what the fuck, Devil? Like,
are you not entertained? Too early for that reference.
where is your honor, sir?
The crowd, you know, claps for you. It's not the most enthusiastic cheer, but you know, it
I
picks up.
raise Gwen's arm. Gwen raises my arm. We raise Flo's arms.
It picks up, you know, after a minute, especially when the crowd sees your glowing red protection bracelets and realize what has happened here, and they're just like, wow, that's so brave of them to be out there and you know, continue. So like, yeah, it's they're into it, and you know, you stared down the Devil, and the Devil walked away. So
I say he flinched.
yeah. So yeah, you can exit out of the stadium now.
Where do we get our winnings?
Well, you got the bits that you collected. Oh, there was a prize, wasn't there? Also,
Mm-hmm. That's what we have to. We owe it to Glitch in the garage.
you get a 20 kilobit purse.
Shit, that's
a lot.
a lot of money.
A lot of bits. Do we? I guess if we're the first official person we talk to, I suppose we'll ask about like, is there a winner's circle? Do we get to shake hands with Devil and tell him GG?
So you're there asking. About this point, your identity disc starts to glow, as if you have like an incoming call.
All right, hold on. I got to take this. It's important. Excuse me. My user is calling.
You answer it, and it's Crypto.
Oh.
How's the progress with tracking down the virus? Have you located it yet?
Does he see us, or is this like voice?
This is voice only.
Okay.
Well, it's been it's been tough, elusive, and mysterious. But we've of course they're hiding in plain sight. But we've been doing what we can to ask the right questions, and we think we're hot on their trail, whoever they are.
We're developing a kind of questionnaire that we can ask programs to see if they're naturally on the grid or if they're an incoming virus. We're working on it still.
Yeah, we're running a void conf on them.
Yeah, we're that's what you knew where I was going. So it's like you got to remember. I mean, we're doing our best. We're as you know, Crypto knows we're users, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So and I'll say it just so he hears, like, as you know, we're just two users. We're not used to the grid yet. We're still figuring it out, but we're making progress. How are you doing on progress? What do you guys learn anything? Any information you can give us?
I have to warn you. If you do not locate the virus soon, then we may be forced to resort to more drastic actions.
Like what? You're going to send out a squad after the virus, or you're going to maybe lock down the city, do a...
There are many systems on the Great Network that maintain copies of the MCP. If this one were to be lost, there would be others to continue on the progress that we have made.
Okay, but I mean, like, as far as drastic measures, you mean like curfew or what exactly?
He's gonna delete the thing. Brett, he's gonna delete it.
Delete the grid?
Yeah.
I mean, that's beyond drastic. That's desperate. But I guess, I guess that makes sense. But hey, just if you get any more information on the location or whereabouts, be sure to forward it to us, and we will do the same.
I hope that you will find it soon.
And he hangs up the call.
I makes 3. He hung up. Man, didn't even say goodbye.
He's a dick.
About this point, about this time, you see that there are a couple of programs that appear in like racing garb, I guess, like tracksuits almost. Not tracksuits like windbreakers and things, but what do they call it? Like when you're like in a race car suit. Something like that.
Like a
cafe racer jacket, or you're like a onesie? What do you mean?
No, like a Formula One racer's
like a
outfit.
jumpsuit.
Yeah, something like that. They're wearing something like that. And
Like one big zip up bodysuit.
there you go.
Yeah.
They walk up and they say, "You need to come with us."
We don't go anywhere unless somebody tells us where we're going.
Yeah, who are you?
Devil wants to talk to you.
Now we're talking. All right.
Shit, that's all you had to say.
All right, so you walk along with them. They lead you back inside of the building that is attached to the Coliseum, and you're walking through some various halls. And
Flo's with us, right?
Yes, Flo's with you. And you walk into a room, and sitting there in a chair is who you presume to be Devil, who is a large program, also in like racing attire, wearing the protective wristband, and he's just like sitting there with his arms crossed. And you walk inside, and the two other programs who led you in there come inside with you, and they kind of close the door behind you. And you notice that they are both carrying pistols on their hips, and Devil has a pair of pistols that are sort of arranged in like a cross draw fashion on his belt as well.
Reading the room, I can't say anything to Gwen, but I hope she's gonna follow my lead. And I'm gonna turn to Gwen and Flo, and say, "You guys, like, I'm gonna do a performance here. I'm gonna be like, you guys, can you just give me like a moment, really quick?" And I'm gonna turn to Devil and be like, "Devil, I just gotta say, I'm a huge fan, and I am so excited to meet you. And I'm gonna try to go over and be like non-threatening as possible, because I don't. Do we? Is there any reason why we would have our weapons on us?
I mean, I think you just always have them on you.
Okay, sure. Then that doesn't matter. And so I'm just definitely not going for any of my weapons, and I want to go over and like I want to shake his hand to be like, I am in awe, sir, and I've never seen
Truly big honor,
Yeah.
huge honor.
And I just want to see if he'll shake my hand.
He kind of looks at your hand, and he's not taking it. But he says, "What kind of a program brings a hot rod like that into the reclamation derby?
Ones who want to win.
The only ones who would bring a hot rod in here would be someone who has more bits than sense."
Actually, we were actually kind of lucky. We were sponsored by a local garage who outfitted the entire thing for us, and we're just sponsored racers. We don't actually money's not really in it. We're in it for the thrill. We're in it for the driving.
Can it? I don't believe your story. I think you were here for something else. Not only did you come in with a vehicle that was totally not suited to this type of environment, but you also purposefully disabled your protective devices and continued on. You were so desperate for something, and it wasn't just bits.
We played a win, sir.
At this point, he like pulls out his like dual pistols and like stands up. So I want you to tell me right now who you are and what is it you're here for.
I'll say, okay. I'm Rev X. This is Gwen X. That's Flo. We entered under the name of Technodrome. But Gwen also is a part-time drummer for Winamp. And she had to keep it quiet. Didn't want to make a big fuss of it. Programs changing, changing functions can be dicey.
Look, my user thought that my skills with repetition could help me develop an artificial, like an algorithm, so that I could be good at finding patterns and repairing them to which is obviously what I did with the works that I did for the race.
But hey, the experiment was a success, I would say.
All right, roll.
I am very good at persuasion.
Yeah, I was gonna say either persuasion or charm, maybe, or I don't know. So you're like
my charm is slightly better than my persuasion. I'll be charming.
Yeah, I guess if you're trying to charm him with like,
I'm definitely trying to charm him because I'm just like, Devil, what's with the weapons? What are we doing? Like, sir.
But if you feel that persuade's more appropriate, I can totally do that too.
Well, if you want
it's a matter of one die.
Persuade, I'll try to, because I'm just like I'm his fan and shit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Oh shit. I rolled a 1 on my wild eye, but
and I rolled poorly. Let's see. 11.
22
on the charm.
Yeah.
But wild.
With a wild one.
Yeah.
All right, let's say you're telling the truth. And he kind of gestures to one of the other programs. He says, "Bring me their discs." And they move up to like take your discs off of you.
I go to take my disc off and hand it to him.
Okay.
I'm literally holding the disc out for him to take it.
Sure. And he takes it from you.
And when he does that,
yeah,
and his hand grabs my disc, I want to take my other hand and put him to sleep.
Okay. All right. You use your sleep function, and he seems just like freeze. It's not like he doesn't like literally fall asleep. He just literally like stops. He's like frozen
and I know this is not going to last very long, so
Right.
I'm going to get behind this hunky motherfucker and use him like a shield when those other guys start firing, but also get access to his disc.
And while she's doing that, and he's frozen, I'm going to wrap my arms around him and hug him as if I'm like the biggest fan. And I'm just like, "Sir, I just want to thank you again," and hopefully disguise the fact that he's frozen.
Okay.
I guess would that be con?
So yeah, you see this is all happening. Are you doing anything about the other two programs that were there?
Well, I'm hoping that the scene that I'm making is that we're not hurting him and that he's just standing there awkwardly like, oh, bro, why are you hugging me, bro? Like, you know, like, if he's frozen in place.
Okay.
Just to convince them that there's nothing.
Maybe what I'm doing will look like a group hug. Yeah, maybe.
That we're being weird. And we're like, Devil,
sure.
Thank you so much for this opportunity. We're huge fans.
I don't think they're gonna buy it.
Hey, the roll's not bad. Let's see.
And, I'm hoping that Flo's martial prowess will
24
blanks.
24. Okay.
Based on their reaction, we'll see if that's
All right, so you just you're going up to give him a hug.
Yeah. Arms around him.
Flo takes her disc out and turns it on she's about to start fighting, and she's kind of looking to you to know what to do.
Flo, don't be shy. Get in on this action. This is a group hug. We're all friends here.
And I'm going to wait, hold on a second.
You show Devil the respect he deserves.
I'm going to roll disguise. Let's see if this will work. Disguise to attempt to while Devil is asleep, weakened at Bernie's him and use my my trans voice powers to to pretend to be Devil.
Or would you? Or I mean, you do. Yeah, I can't say it. You do you.
Here we go.
Oh my
I'm
gosh.
gonna grab him by the scruff of the neck and have him say, "You know what? I sure do love a good hug. This makes me feel so nice."
Oh my god. I'm like,
shit. Fuck. God damn it.
It's like, even Brett's like, Gwen, what are you doing? you never puppet. Live puppeteer. What? Yeah.
21 with a negatory wild die.
I guess really this just comes down to how the other programs are reacting.
Yeah, because there's plenty of reasons for me not to do this. All they have to, it all depends on what they're doing. If that seems appropriate or not. I think we broke chess.
You just bury your bury your face into the small of his into his shoulder blades, and you're like, "It's okay, guys." And they're like, "Is he talking to them? Is he?"
All right. Devil's goons, yeah, they kind of just stop in their tracks and they aim their guns up and they're like, "Take your hands off him right now."
No, guys, it's okay. I love hugs.
Right. Hey, okay. So then I will very quickly unhug him. I'll let him go and spin around and just be as big of a distraction as I can, hopefully while Gwen does what she needs to do to switch out the identity disc or bring Flo over to grab it. I know we only have seconds at this point, but someone's got to do something. Actually, so just so I know, if you need me to roll or whatever,
okay.
I'll be more specific about what I'm going to do.
All right.
So I'll say, as they're like, "You let him go," I'm going to say, "Gwen, take his guns," and I'm going to turn around and say, "Oh, I'm just so overwhelmed. I just can't even. Flo. Yeah, you're gonna have to catch me. I'm gonna faint. I can't even deal with it right now. This program is the greatest program in the history," and I'm gonna walk over to them, making a show of it, hopefully keeping their eyes on me while Gwen, if she's gonna follow my advice or not.
I mean, I'm grabbing the disc and I'm taking. Oh, you want me to take his guns?
Well, yeah, because he's probably gonna snap out of it in 2 seconds.
Right. Yeah. So I'll de-arm him while you're distracting them, and then guns first, disc second, if I can get time for it.
So you go and you grab his guns. The two goons see this and they immediately open fire. Flo does the hair flaming thing. She activates the TRON function and kind of swipes the goons, cuts his gun in half with her identity disc. And as she does that, and she kind of like turns and grabs the other one and like holds her disc up like she's about to hit him with it. And then all of a sudden, the sleep function wears off. Devil kind of comes back to again. And he just looks at her and says, "Tron, stop. Everybody put down your guns. Put down your weapons."
I don't put mine down. I'm going to raise mine.
Yeah, I raised his own guns at him. like it's Pulp Fiction in here.
Or Reservoir Dogs.
Is it true? Are you Tron?
You know any other programs that could do that? What do you think?
I'm the Flynn Lives operative.
Devil like takes his identity disc out and he holds it out, and a image pops up, and it says program designation Devil version 2.15, user Alan 1.
Oh shit!
So, you guys have the same programmer? Same user?
He puts his disc back and he says, "Tron was like a brother to me. We were both security programs. I fought with him many times. How do you all know Tron?" And she pulls out her disc and, confirms it. And Devil's like, You're like a sister to me. What are you doing here?"
I'll let Flo explain.
Yeah, I think Brett and I just like,
Yeah.
okay.
I don't have the
big
vocabulary.
programs are talking. What? We don't know. We don't know what we're doing.
Flo is kind of looking. She's like, "Can you hold on just 1 second?" And she kind of like gathers you all up for a huddle.
Hi, what's happening?
See, Flo, if someone asks you if you're Tron, you say yes.
How much do you think we should tell him? It seems like he's kind of friendly towards us, like we have this connection.
You're the
he
expert.
might be willing to work with us if we come clean with him.
I mean, isn't having the same user like having the same
Parents?
Yeah, God almost. Like, I mean, like you, if you're both designed by Alan 1, then you both, I assume, have similar objectives. And if he's a security program designed by the same person, and you're a malware program or a virus designed by the same person, then if there's any way for you two to work together, that would be ideal, because we've got the MCP breathing down our necks here, and we're gonna have to, we're gonna have to tell some pretty powerful lies sooner or later, and having somebody like him backing us up would save the day. If he knows for a fact that the MCP is gonna destroy this grid, do you think that he'd believe it and that he'd fight to protect this grid and not?
That's what they told. That's what they inferred to us.
Because the MCP, they don't care. You have an objective from Alan 1, and he has his entire guidance comes from Alan 1, and the MCP is going to destroy everything, no matter what either of you say.
I feel like we should trust him.
If you think you can, then I'm here to throw a monkey wrench into all of that if it doesn't work out. But otherwise, yeah, let's do it. Right, Brett? Right?
Worst case scenario, we just shoot him. But I hope it doesn't have to come to that.
I've got his guns anyway.
Yeah.
She turns around and approaches Devil, and she sort of lays out the story for him about what has happened and what she's there to do. Devil says, "I believe you. I remember when Tron destroyed the original MCP. That thing had grown so powerful, taking over all the other functions of the system. Tron and I were some of the security programs that were trying to keep order of things. I thought it was a bad idea when they brought him back to be the master of all security on these systems. I didn't think it had gotten so bad already. But if your objective is to do the same thing again and stop it again, then I think I owe it to you and I owe it to TRON to help you. And he kind of looks up at you two and says, "What's your old story?"
Well, we did lie. We're users.
Thought that might have been the case. I saw what you were doing out there, repairing your vehicle, taking parts from others, changing them up on the fly. Only a user could do that.
Sorry about the whole sleep gun thing.
That's all right. I understand you got to do what you can to get a leg up on the competition.
In the future, Mr. Devils, in the future, can you just email us? Could have saved a lot of trouble. Once again, a meeting that could have been an email, Devil.
I'll help you out in any way I can. What is it that you need? And Flo says, "Well, we actually need your level 3 access off of your disk." And he kind of nods and takes his disc out, hands it to Flo, and she makes her copy of it, and she takes Ural's discs from you, and she transfers that level 3 access onto yours, and hands Devil's disc back to him. After you get rid of the MCP, I suppose it'll be up to us to maintain security around here again. I may not have as much time for events here at the Coliseum, but I think it'll be good work, and we'll actually have the security of the system in mind rather than just how much power we can accumulate.
I'll ask Devil if he knows any level 4. I mean, obviously he knows of them, but is he familiar with any level 4 programs?
Or more importantly, does he know where they're going to be? I mean, granted, we have one in our sights.
I'm just saying,
but is that the only level 4 program?
If he could, make a call to a level 4 program who he's on good terms with, and invite them over for a soiree.
It's
bonk bonk on the head.
It's Susu Studio, right? Next in line before Crypto.
The only program that I know that has level 4 access is Pseudo. And Pseudo is currently being held in a memory bank. And you see Flo's eyes kind of widen at the mention of this, and and she's like, "No, oh no, not a memory bank."
Was that like a jail?
Do we need to pull a bank heist?
Is it a jail or a bank?
A memory bank is a place where programs are kept in a sort of stasis until they're needed.
Jail.
Only the most high-level, potentially dangerous programs are kept there.
If they wanted to say de-res a program that was being kept there, what would the procedure be?
If they wanted to de-res one?
Uh-huh.
I suppose they would have to get the program out and then de-res them through a de-res gate or something like that.
I was just thinking, maybe we could, if Crypto's breathing down our necks to, find things, maybe we could somehow do something that would necessitate the release of Pseudo, and but I don't know what kind of story we'd have to tell to combine the virus threat with someone who's been locked away. If they're locked away, they should probably be clean. But
she asks Devil if he knows which memory bank that he's being held in, or I'm sorry, that they're being held in, and Devil says that he's not sure, and Flo is like, "Well, we may need to do a little bit of investigation to find that out, but thank you, Devil, for everything you've done to help us out with this." And Devil's like, "Yeah, of course. If there's anything else I can do, then please let me know."
Sorry about your guys.
Well, they're okay, all right? Just cut the gun in half.
Yeah,
Wait, oh, the other guys, they didn't get derezed?
No,
By Flo? Okay, that's good.
No, she was just about to strike, and then that's when
And
he woke back up.
I hand Devil back his guns.
He takes them and kind of puts them back. And he says, next time you come to the Reclamation Derby, why don't you bring something maybe a little bit tougher?
Sure thing.
Made it to the end. Just saying.
Yeah, I mean, we still
Made it to the end.
Yeah, we still maybe next time we'll have a showdown. Us
Can't
and
make
you.
it too easy. Whack. Whoa, just drive around our own resonator. Oh yeah, okay, that's a challenge.
All right. So is there anything else that you want to do here before you head back?
I guess
I think we're good.
just make sure we get Devil's calling card, so if we ever had to make a phone call.
Sure. Reach out and crush someone.
Oh.
His IP address.
Thanks for listening to City of Demons. Head to patreon.com/Omniverse Media to support this and other surprise RPG experiences. Also, join the Omniverse Discord server at omniverse.media/Discord.